every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself, there's no mistaking who it is.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about their previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the...
This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On the return, and that's where the offense will take over. The Black Knights offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back than in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. It is 3rd and 10. Now Rattler gonna throw. That's taken in by Burks. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. That's incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Had to be some sort of breakdown on the back end in the secondary, Mike. You just can't allow a receiver to have that much space, not only to catch the ball, but then pick up that many yards after the catch. They're going to have to tighten up now, 1st and goal. They want to hold them to 3.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. He does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Rattler. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Michael Wilson. Touchdown, Black Knights. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
Jones now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. The tight end Kincaid in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand,
and he will score. Daniel Bellinger. Touchdown, Minnesota. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
The extra point by Romo is good. And the Vikings will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rattler. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back. So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense over 300 yards passing in the game and has been sharp right from the start. The tight end Kincaid in motion. On the carry, here's A-Chain. He'll work forward for a couple. That's Tyreek Stevenson there to make the tackle. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Looking to throw. Rattler. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield. You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. That's caught left side by Bellinger.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. They'll throw out of the gun. Our first down throw there is incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Motion man sent right. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. And this is what you want. You clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
Open man, right side. He's got it. A gain there of 11. That's enough for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He's got it. That's Burks. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Throwing is Rattler. He's going to run it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Rattler. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And this game really just illustrates how important home field is in the NFL. On paper, this didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll be one of the biggest surprises around the league this weekend. This one's going nowhere. Going backwards. He'll be down at the 4-yard line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. This is caught down that right sideline. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. The tight end Kincaid in motion. They'll look to throw again. A short one there to Bellinger. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the...
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
On 2nd down, Achak. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 12.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So on now is John Parker Romo to try the field goal. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Vikings will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out? They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Once again, it's Achan. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now a second timeout called by the defense. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll run with Achan.
The ball with Achan, the ball carrier. Juju Brents on the tackle. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So on now is John Parker Romo to try the field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Romo's kick is good. And the Vikings will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Rattler now back to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now Rattler gonna throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think like they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the second.
And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So a win here for the Vikings. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year.